Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Where's Lalita? Where'd she go today? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Just write it in the chat. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Good morning. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Acharya, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Acharya, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. Majjhikanda, chapter 17. Majjhikanda, chapter 17. The glories of devotees. This is in this book here. 437. Glory, glory to Lord Gaurachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories to Lord Nityananda, the embodiment of the highest mood of devotional service. In this Majjhikanda, the narrations of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord are a cascade of nectar that can wash away the contamination of one's faithlessness. Lord Chaitanya continued his non-stop kirtans, and even then, his abstruse identity remained undisclosed to the common man. When he went about the town, the people were stunned by his exquisite looks. They thought that he might be Cupid. However, some people also thought that his demeanor was arrogant. The atheists and logicians felt that he paid little attention and respect to scholars holding titles. He walked about in a carefree manner, and when he went out, he associated mostly with his devotees. The atheists would say to Lord Chaitanya, "O Nimai Pandit, as your friends, we advise you to be careful, because the king might summon you to his court any day now. The people do not see you, but hear your night-long kirtans and disturbs their sleep. They curse you and send reports against you, and naturally the king believes the people. The Lord Chaitanya replied, "Let it be so. Let your words become true. It has been my wish to see the king. I have studied all the scriptures since childhood, yet no one inquires from me on any subject, considering me too young and immature. I do not usually meet anyone who actually wants to meet me. Therefore, if someone wants to have an audience with me, I am indeed pleased." The atheist sarcastically continued, "The king is a Muslim. He will not engage himself in scriptural debate. He will want to just hear your kirtan." The Lord just ignored them and went home. The Lord said to the devotees, "Let us perform kirtan. I feel discontent because I have spoken to atheists today." The Lord of Vaikuntha, Nimai Pandit, began to dance, and all his associates danced around him. Suddenly stopping everything, Lord Chaitanya spoke hesitantly, "Oh, my dear brothers, today everything I do lacks loving ecstasy. Perhaps because I have spoken to atheists, or maybe I have offended you. In which case, kindly forgive me and resuscitate my withering soul." The greatly blessed Advaita Acharya, who was plainly grimacing as he danced, said, "How will you feel ecstasy? Nada has drained it all from you. Neither Srivas Pandit nor I can achieve this Krishna prema. However, low-class millers and gardeners are relishing the exchange of devotional love with you. Moreover, even Avadut Nityananda is a recipient of your love, but not Srivas Pandit or me. We have been downgraded and are not eligible for your love. But this Avadut has come from nowhere and become in charge of the storehouse of Krishna prema. Listen to me, my Lord. If you will not give me this Krishna prema, then I will draw out from you all the love you possess. Who will blame me for this?" Advaita Acharya was always intoxicated with love for Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, he is unmindful of what he says or does. He most expert in increasing the fame and glory of Krishna's devotees, as he is the property of the Vaishnavas. They can sell and distribute him wherever they wish. Such is the degree of his surrender to the Vaishnava devotees. Similarly, Advaita's words to Lord Chaitanya were not surprising to hear, for he is a devotee of such a stature that he can control and distribute and sell even Krishna by his loving devotion. Lord Chaitanya arranges so many ways for his devotees to advance in spiritual life. Who can understand his mercy and ways of chastising? The Lord felt empty within, devoid of Krishna prema, and Advaita clapped his hands and danced. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. How's the sound everywhere else? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hmm. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, 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 Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandri, Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. So I please ask for the blessings of these great devotees here, Govinda, River, Tom, Vijatma, Janaki, Amy Rose, Mary Sachi, Johan, and whoever else is here. Please bestow your mercy upon me so I can become closer to Krishna. Chapter 21. The Gopis glorify Krishna's flute. Shukadev Goswami said, thus the Vrindavan forest was filled with transparent autumnal waters. Thus the Vrindavan forest was filled with transparent autumnal waters and cooled by breezes perfumed with the fragrance of lotus flowers growing in the clear lakes. The infallible Lord, the infallible Lord, the infallible Lord, accompanied by his cows and cowherd boyfriends, entered that Vrindavan forest. The lakes, the rivers, the hills of Vrindavan resounded with sounds of melody, and flocks of birds moving about the flowering trees. In the company of the cowherd boys and Balaram, in the company of the cowherd boys and Balaram, Madhaputi, Shri Krishna entered that forest while herding the cows and the greatest, while herding the cows and the greatest food. When the young ladies in the cowherd village of Raj heard the song of Krishna's flute, which arouses the influence of Cupid, some of them privately began describing the Krishna's qualities to their intimate friends. The cowherd girls began to speak about Krishna, but when they remembered his activities, O king, the power of Cupid disturbed their minds, and thus they could not speak. Wearing a peacock feather ornament, wearing a peacock feather ornament. Upon his head, and blue kanikara flowers on his ears, a yellow garment, as brilliant as gold, and a yellow garment brilliant as gold, and the Vijayanti garland. Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glories. Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. Everyone is muted. I don't know what you're talking about. Is everybody here? No. Can you hear? Can people
There
hear?
are two very strange echo sounds.
Just write down if you can hear me. You? Okay, stay on and I'll just get back up. Okay. And then you better move. Microphone working now?
It's still feedback. Feedback.
Still have it. Okay. I'm going to restart my computer. Mute your mics. Okay, is it working now? Is it working now? You know what? Everybody go off and come back on. Everybody go off. I'll take you off. Go off, all the way off. Everybody go all the way off. Now is okay. River has two. River, you have two things up here. I'm going to remove one, guys. Okay, is it working now? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, mute your mics, everybody. I think you are muted, so it's okay. Let's see. Okay. He entered, wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, blue kanikar flowers on his ears, and a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Vijayanti garland. Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan. Beautifying it with the marks of his footprints, he filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glory. You know, this is like a lot of people meditate. This is happening. Krishna goes through the forest and beautifies it with his marks. And see, they sell codes. This is sadhu sangha. Actually, this is what happens when Krishna comes and beautifies the forest. The flowers are those who are all, you know, they you know how flowers bloom, you know, when you touch with the sun, especially like certain flowers, they bloom when you touch with the sun. Well, that's us, you know, we bloom when in touch with the touch. Our realm isn't working.
I went to check it 2 weeks ago. 2 ample DVDs.
Okay, let's see if it's working now. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Is it any better now, the sound? Is it any better, the sound now? Can you hear me? River, can you hear me? You're muted. Okay. Oh, this is better. Okay, working. Okay. Anyway, I'm on a cell phone now, so it should be okay. All right. Well, okay, so we get back to the meeting. My dear gopis, what auspicious activities must have the flute performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's taste independently and leave only the taste for us gopis? So isn't it interesting how it talks about the my dear gopis, what auspicious activities must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's lips? So you see, there's a nectar that comes from Krishna's lips. This is that's why people can't understand what we're doing here, because it's the subtle body. It's the subtlest of all subtle bodies. That's why to perceive this kingdom of God, it's just like Jesus said, you must be born again. See how you see that the acharyas were writing in these very deep esoteric ways. How much? Just listen to this sentence. And only with this being enhanced, see, by being enhanced by this devotional spirit, the spirit of devotion, can we begin to understand the glories of this absolute truth. This is the greatest opulence, the greatest treasure is this. How great fortune it is that the flute can taste the nectar of Krishna's lips. That's this intimate relationship between the flute, which is the instrument, the instrument, that's the devotee, tasting the nectar of Krishna's lips. See, this is very subtle. See, and this is why you see devotees, they sometimes laugh, they sometimes cry. And because of this tasting, this nectar, it's so beautiful. See how perfectly it's described in the Shastras, but it's done in a story like this. You think there's like a flute there. That flute is the person, see? And that person is either chanting the name, or they're chanting a verse or singing a song about Krishna. Okay, so I'm going to take. So just river, go down. I can't seem to take you down, or it's. Also maybe it's these paired channel things here. Okay. Okay. All right. We still have these 4 paired channels. I mean, is it okay now? Is it working all right? Yeah, I have a rooster out there. Maybe we need a new picture. Let's see here. Let's try a new picture here. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, sound is good. All right. Yeah. So it's really funny because now everything is it's the way the Lord's shadow is teaching the truth, and teaching people who don't understand it. It's like every one of these, practically so many of these TV series, these science fiction series, which are, you guys just stay off. I don't know. Well, let's try it again. If the sound goes bad, just stay off. Okay. So these science fiction series, they're all about enhancing the human beings. See, enhancement. They want this Cortina, and so that's what they do. We have these computers, and the Cortina is supposed to be our assistant to help us. See, and so this is God. This is God teaching through His shadow potency. People refuse, like people are rebelling against this too. Naturally, they say, not everybody. Some people are complying with it. Yeah, we'll just do this. We want to be enhanced. See, and then people are rebelling. They're thinking, well, there's something wrong in this. There's some singularity where these computers are going to take over, control, like this. So some people are hesitant for this. But this is all leading. This is a shadow of the truth. Like those who are surrendering, the first fruits, who are surrendering to the Lord, His spiritual potency. This is as it should be. We need to be enhanced. Otherwise, alone, we're just crippled. We're cripple-minded. These gurus need to be enhanced. That's all. It's not like we want to get rid of gurus. We want to enhance them because everybody needs to be enhanced. Whether you're like in the Varnashram system, as a Sudra, as a Vaishya, as a sannyasi, as a renunciate, whatever you are, we all need this enhancement. We need this relationship. Otherwise, we're like functioning alone, but we're not functioning alone. We'll never be alone. See, the material modes of nature make us lonely. See, because we're always inside, we're not ever really completely fulfilled, always looking for something else. Like, okay, we think we're illusion. Oh yeah, we're gonna find that satisfy that emptiness inside with some woman, some man, some wealth, some this, some that, something external. Okay, but it never fulfills. What we're looking for is basically what many people are finding here. Everyone. That's why this is why we've transcended religion. We don't need that kind of assistance. See, we don't need Cortina. We don't need the governance of the world, these worldly governors. We don't even need to be governed by gurus, that tell us what to do, what we must do, and all of that. Why? Because we haven't given up governance. We've been moved to the point of being governed by God, see? By God's potency, see? By the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which awakens this relationship between our soul and the Supreme Soul. People think of it as Krishna or Radha Krishna. But this is what we need so that we can be enhanced in this world. Otherwise, we're always a bit cripple-minded. Our logic is always never very good. Our intelligence is not right. Doesn't matter. I was listening to a saying of Tesla yesterday. It was also, wouldn't you? To me, this is enhancement. I can just listen to anything and everything, and it teaches me about the truth, because that's what all is here for. It's all to teach people about the truth. But most people don't get it, or they get it gradually. See, gradually. Tesla had some really nice sayings. One was, if I can remember it, he said, deep thinking is not necessarily a good thing. Deep thinking is not necessarily a good thing. Clear thinking is. See? There's a lot of deep thinkers out there, but they're using that deep thinking to create nuclear bombs, to create enhancements that are actually full of back doors, things that actually are meant for destruction, to hurt people. All of these deep thinkers, but they're not clear thinkers. They're not, and they don't have clarity. See, we need to be enhanced by the Spirit. The Spirit is pure. See, the infallible Spirit. See, this makes us honest. See, this makes us real. This makes us true. See, we need to be enhanced by that Spirit. That's called pure devotional service. That's called love of God. Can you imagine if you had a guru enhanced with that love of God? You see how that would benefit you? This person is really here for me. This person doesn't have material motive. This person is clear, is not necessarily deeply thinking in the Vedas even, and using the Vedas to control and manipulate people. Or to just use them and abuse them and throw them away like dish rags. You see, there's a difference. That's not clear thinking. Okay? So you get everything when you're enhanced with the Spirit. This is what Jesus was talking about when he said you must be born again. You must be born of Spirit. See, born of Spirit. And how are you begin to be born of Spirit? You have to hear truth. The truth sets you free from ignorant thinking. Basically, a devotee is a clear thinker. They're a deep thinker and a clear thinker. They get everything. They're an ecstatic talker. They're a blissful person. They're a complete person. They're a true holy person because they're whole. Holiness is not some religious baloney, oh, he's holy. Yeah, what are you speculating holiness is? Oh, holy means this. They look like they're on a pedestal and they walk out with a long flowing robe or long hair and they look like Lord Chaitanya or Jesus Christ. That's holy. See, all external. Holiness is wholeness. Wholeness is simply your soul is connected to the Supreme Soul. You're one of these inhabitants in Vrindavan. You're one of these flowers in Vrindavan. You bear the footprints of Krishna. See, where you think those footprints were just in the ground? Well, that was part of it. The ground is the devotees in the ground there. The creepers, the flowers, the grass. See, so, and also the trees. You don't have to be stepped on with Krishna's physical foot. Can you feel his spiritual foot? Are those footprints on you? You could see whose footprints are on Krishna's footprints are on the devotees here because they become ecstatic. They begin to flower, spiritual flowers. Do you see how this book was very esoteric? Who has ever explained these things? Nobody. You have to be enhanced. See, I can't explain these on my own. I have to be enhanced by this love for the Lord. I had to bear the footprints of God. And that's what we need to look for in the world. Who bears the footprints of this transcendental Lord? How do you know? Well, they're going to be clear. They're going to be deep and clear, not just deep and a bastard, trying to hurt you. They're so, deep scientists, developing all these things to hurt you, to control you, like a Cortina, like these things. They're always Trojan horses. Oh, yes, we're trying to sell this to you. Just agree. And then we're going to use it to control and manipulate you. See, these are deep thinkers, but they're not clear thinkers. They can't see that, oh, wait, we're all connected, man. Why don't I work for the benefit and welfare of others to help them, to enhance them? Why am I afraid that they will, if I don't get control over their enhancements? See, I need to own those enhancements. Those enhancements are resources for me, those enhanced persons. See, they are resources for people, but not in the wrong way, not to be possessed in that way. We're all meant to possess this enhanced existence. We're all meant to be in this Vrindavan, which is this abode of the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is a story of the place where we're back with intimate relationship with God. We know who God is and what God is, and we're enhanced by that relationship. People don't know this. Vrindavan is Garden of Eden explained. It's a wonderful place. It's a place that we're experiencing here in Sadhu Sangha. We're these flowering trees, bearing the footprints of Krishna. See, in this joyous, ever developing, ever fresh relationship. Every day Krishna enters the forest and the trees and the vines and they start to flower. The Sadhu Sangha, see, Krishna enters the forest here. We're these creepers and trees and flowers. Comes here, see, and because we bear the footprints of Krishna, that's why you see there's so much beauty here in this Sangha. Yeah. Sometimes there's some thorns around those flowers. Why? You have to protect the garden, protect the roses. Enhance, to raise, to make higher. Yeah, see, otherwise we're very much in illusion. We're very low and we're thinking we're high. See, everything is reversed when you're self-realized. When you bear the footprints of Krishna, everything is reversed. You feel yourself very low and you're raised up. That's what you see. In the Lord's pastimes, it showed this way. When he would meet devotees, they would fall down. See, they fall down in respect and honor. See, and in realizing, oh, you're the Supreme Lord. You bear the footprints of Krishna. You're chanting in ecstasy. See, all they did was fall down. And what did Krishna do, or Lord Chaitanya do? He would pick them up and lift them up. See, lift them up. See? So a devotee always feels themselves like dependent on the spiritual potency. See, that lifts them up. So they always fall down before it. And this is the teaching for the world. Unless you fall down before the ecstatic devotees, see, give them respect, fall down. Give them respect and everything. You won't be lifted up. You'll stay on the ground. You'll stay in Varnashram Dharma. You'll stay in Vaidhi Bhakti. You're not going to be lifted up. We're servants of Lord Chaitanya, and people, when they realize, oh my goodness, they carry Lord Chaitanya's grace and they give honor to that, that's falling down, that's paying obeisances. And then you'll be lifted up in this spiritual potency and ecstasy, just like it was 500 years ago, just like it is now. What do you think Lalita and Ganga and Johan and others, and Janakis and all of you guys, you're giving respect to this preaching. You're giving respect and falling down before it, not falling down, tripping. That's for the world. They're tripping all over the place. Jesus was an obstacle for the Pharisees. They wouldn't fall down and give respect. So therefore they tripped and fell on their faces, which was good for them. Okay? It's good for people. This is the thing. This is why this preaching is real. This preaching is true. This preaching is correct. Okay? I'm not falling down before the gurus. I'm here to help the gurus. They have to see things as they are. It doesn't matter how deep Acharya Dev is deeply into the scriptures superficially. I mean, you can't go deep until you become clear, to become purified. Otherwise, you use that knowledge and it's never clear. It's always going to be speculative. It's always going to be material motive in there. You'll never be able to really purify yourself or anybody else. You can't be lifted up. You have to be lifted up. So that's why people have to, and Vaishnavas in religion, you want to be lifted up beyond religion like we are. You have to, when you realize this is just clear. They were just clarifying the whole thing. Whoever falls down before this preaching, that's by giving respect to it and saying, wow, that's where Krishna is really working through those nice devotees like Johan, Janakis, and Govindas, and Rivers. And they've had the spiritual potency. See, let me give respect to that. That's all that's needed. And you'll be lifted up in love of God, and you'll transcend rules and regulations of that kind of governance. You won't need it anymore. You won't need Cortina anymore. The Lord will be with you. That Cortina, she's female. She'll be with you. The female, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of devotion will be with you, will lift you up. That's what it does for me. You got to look for people. This is a message to the world. You need to look for those persons who bear the footprints of Radha and Krishna. They have the love of Krishna in them, the love of God. They're clear individuals. They're deep individuals. Their thinking is very deep, very high thinking. See, their feeling is very high feeling. Higher than people of the world. You see, wow, they're experiencing the taste of the nectar of Krishna's lips. They're the flutes of Krishna, tasting the nectar of Krishna's lips. Just like the story. Wow, they can even explain the story. Nobody has explained the story. It's just a story in the book now. That was given to us to explain these things. So people can be redirected, not misdirected, redirected to the right door to enter the kingdom, to be lifted up into this ecstatic worship like we are. Okay? When people begin to get convinced that this is more clear than what you've heard from all of these gurus. When they become convinced, this is more clear than what they know from all their studies. See, you cannot study your way into this understanding. You have to be transformed. Okay? You have to be connected. You have to have this assistant. You have to assist and be assisted. This relationship has to be reestablished. Love of Krishna, love of God. Whoever that's upon, they're the first fruits. And that's where you're going to get it, and nowhere else. You need to look for where is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, because that's where you're going to get it, nowhere else. It's not just upon those thousands of gurus in ISKCON, or all those 50 gurus in Gaudiya Samiti. You have to see where it is. Okay? You have to learn where it is. You have to learn the symptoms of where it is. But only those persons where it is, see, they're the truth. They're that life of ecstasy. They're that truth of deep thinking and clear thinking about the Shastras and the truth of them, the meaning of them. That's where you're going to get this liberation and beyond, way beyond. This engagement of an intimate relationship with God, where he's your Cortina. He's the perfect Cortina. Radha is the perfect Cortina. Love of God is the perfect Cortina. She's the perfect enhancement that everyone is looking for. The demons think it's going to be something cyber, something implanted in your brain. It's already in your brain. You got the pineal gland and the crown chakra. It's already there. Throat chakra, heart chakra, everything is there. You don't need to implant all this stuff, painful stuff. And you don't need to control it. The Lord is the supreme controller. See? And when we're good with that, he uses us to control the world in that way, in the right way, to direct them, not misdirect them, to direct them out of the Maya. This is what the world needs to understand and hear. Otherwise, the shadow will teach you or try to teach you. The shadow will implant something in you, and you'll see it's never perfect. You need this implanted. You need Bhaktilata Bij implanted, not a chip. That'll just be a chip on your shoulder, man. Yeah. That'll be a burden. You'll be a beast of burden, controlled by the Lord's Maya. Illusion and motivated persons who are not clear. See, there may be deep thinkers about how to just go deep into technology and mundane things, because their hearts are not purified. See, this is the enhancement. It's all. We don't need to be implanted with anything other than the word of God, the word that comes from those who are enhanced already. That's called Bhaktilata Bij. We need to be implanted with this Bhaktilata Bij. Yeah. So that's really the essence. That's what these scriptures are all about. They're here to teach us the truth, and you need to hear these scriptures from a devotee who the Lord gives them realization. They're the first fruits. They've been enhanced. Then you can get enhanced through their association. Otherwise, there's no practical way. You're trying to be enhanced by lift your own self up instead of being lifted up by the association of real devotees who are lifted up and being lifted up always. If you give respect to the point of worship of these gurus who are not enhanced by the spiritual potency, well, you haven't figured out the real door to deliverance. The real door to deliverance are the first fruits, the ones who are enhanced with the spirit of love for God. See, and they teach these confidential subjects. Not hide them and say, well, I'm enhanced, but I'm not going to enhance you because I don't have the order to do it, or I just really don't have it. I just speculate that I'm enhanced, but I can't give it to you, so I'll come up with some checklist. Well, when after many lifetimes, then you'll get this. You'll become as great as I am. Great big false egos, usually. That's what they got. Okay. So anyway, we're really lucky because the Lord is enhancing us with real deep knowledge and clear understanding. Wouldn't you say? See? Whoever falls down and gives respect to this preaching, see, just falling down means just gives respect. Falling down is a metaphor for giving respect. When you see people bowing, right? They're bowing. What are you bowing to? Who are you bowing to? Are you bowing to Maya still? Are you bowing to gurus who are not enhanced by love of God yet still? You think they're better than you? Are you one of the unworthy ones worshiping the worthy ones? That speculation, that illusion. Oh, I'm the worthy one. Can't you see? I spent a lot of time to become worthy. I studied the scriptures. I memorized a lot of verses. This made me worthy to be guru. Matter of fact, I've got the approval of the GBC. That makes me worthy to be guru, and you're the unworthy one. That's all speculation. That ain't how it is. The worthy one is worth something now because they're complete, they're whole. Yeah, that's the his or her holiness you're looking for. Where's the whole person who is enhanced with the spirit of devotion? Well, I think persons like Lalita, Ganga, Govinda, Janaki, River, these persons who are Govinda, getting this enhancement. You can see it. We can see it. Why? We're getting purified. It enables us to see what's really true as it is. You notice? Otherwise, people don't see it as it is. They see what we're doing, not as it is, as it isn't. What kind of guru are you if you don't see what we're doing as it is? As it is the knowledge is as it is. The knowledge is enhanced because of real bhakti. If you don't see that, you're seeing as it isn't and teaching things as it really isn't still. I don't care what kind of big title you have as guru or this or that. You notice the same quality is here. I was reading the verses, just a little while ago. Maybe you remember, maybe you don't. Lord Chaitanya didn't give any respect to these scholars. He just thought they were like straw. Just like I think the same thing. If you're not enhanced with the spirit of devotion, you're like straw. Your intelligence ain't good. It's not good until Radha purifies it, until devotion purifies it, till you're purified by hearing from a devotee who's enhanced, the first fruit, even though they might be a Sudra. You don't listen to such devotees, you're not going to be enhanced, and I'm going to consider you like straw. I'm going to think Acharya Dev is nothing special. I'm going to think that even that guru in San Francisco is nothing special until he's enhanced with love of God. Let me see. Let anybody else coming here see. Let us see you're enhanced with love of Krishna, that you're a real guru, that you can take people to Vrindavan. Otherwise, step aside and let us do the job, because we do. We bring people into Vrindavan. People can visibly see that the people coming here are in Vrindavan. Many of them have made it. They have the Bhava of Vrindavan. That's being in Vrindavan. Wherever they are, if they chant the Hare Krishna mantra with the tears pouring out of their eyes, the ecstatic bliss, that's Vrindavan that you're looking for. That devotee is your door to it. No one else, no big guru with a title. If they don't pour, tears are not pouring out of their eyes and bliss not coming out of their eyes, and ecstasy and deep understanding from that ecstasy, you haven't found the real guru. So why waste your time? Why waste your time while this is available? We got many people here that are worthy to hear from. Not just one. Why? Because they're coming here and getting the result of being enhanced with real bhakti. Now, whoever is chanting the holy names or hearing these Hari Kathas and tears are coming to their eyes and they're feeling exhilarated and all that, oh yeah, there you go. You should listen to those people. They know the real path because they're following the real path. It's that simple. They're going through the narrow gate. The masses aren't. The masses of Vaishnavas aren't. They're going to all these gurus who are not enhanced with bhakti. What good is that? Am I being offensive toward them? No, I'm taking down the fences so that people can find the real door, so people can enter the Vrindavan. They can't enter until they understand these things that is being taught here. Just ask yourself, is this a clear teaching? Is this a deep teaching? Is this coming from ecstasy? Is this a Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified? Is this coming from a person who worships the Lord with ecstatic, loving ecstasy that you can visibly see with your own eyes? Do you see that in that guru, Vaisheshika Das, over there in San Francisco? Do you see it in Radhanath? Can you visibly see that they are fruits of love of God in them? Or is it just a kind of a show? That they got a position. Ooh, they memorize the scriptures. That's not enough. According to the real Shastras, according to Lord Chaitanya, he quoted verses like, you can be a perfect Brahmin like some of these guys. Maybe they are. Maybe that guru in San Francisco is a perfect Brahmin. Maybe he is. But Lord Chaitanya says, unless you're engaged in pure devotional service, what does that mean? Tears are coming to your eyes when you chant the holy name. Ecstatic, rapturous feelings, transformations in your body. Enhanced knowledge, clear knowledge, deep knowledge is coming through. You cannot purify yourself or anybody else. Perfect Brahmin. Even if you have all the Brahminical qualifications, you cannot purify yourself. It's only this kind of bhakti that you see here that purifies people. According to the Shastra, according to the book, according to the map book. Nothing else. Not perfection in your Brahmanism or to be a regulated person who follows every program and chants his 16 rounds or 1 lakh even. Do you have the symptoms of God's footprints, Krishna's footprints, smacked all over your face and heart? Can people see he stepped all over you? You ever see that? He's made wine of you. You ever see those people making wine? They got the grapes in the barrel and they're stepping on it like this. That's what Krishna and Radha got to be doing to you. Are you one of those? Are you one of those grapes in a barrel and they're stepping over there and you're becoming great wine, aging, by all that, all those, them just jumping all over you all the time? Are you one of those? Most aren't. But we're making those. You're all grapes in the barrel here, man. And Krishna's stepping all over you, man, making wine. Maybe you don't know about that over there in other countries, but that's how they make wine here, or they used to. Oh, they don't do that anymore, but they used to just get in there and step all over it. Krishna's got to do over you, or you're the grape here. Well, you look so serious, Tom. You look like one of these gurus' grave. Yeah, there will always be some poison in the scriptural recitation until you get the real mercy of the Lord. That's why you got to hear from a living devotee alive in the body. See, this is where the gurus don't have quite it, or the gurus or their followers don't have it quite right. There's one section says, no, we only want to listen to Prabhupada, right? In his books. And the other section, no, you'll need a living guru. See? So they're both kind of close, but they haven't gotten the cigar yet. That's in the carnival. You get, you're doing these things to hit the mark, and then you get the cigar. where you ring the bell, you hit the thing down and you're supposed to hit the bell. You have to have the strength to hit the bell. So neither party knows exactly how it works, except this party does. See? This party is an enhanced group. They have the mercy of the Lord here, see? So how it shows up is, well, yeah, you need books like written by Prabhupada, like the Ritviks, they want to be in the books of Prabhupada, you need that. But you also need living gurus, but not like the type that you see in ISKCON, that I've seen. I haven't seen anybody, I would say, worthy to really speak it properly. I mean, we're a high standard here. See, so what you need is the real devotee that's an empowered devotee like a Shukadev, and then you get the result like a Maharaj Parikshit. See, if you're coming and listening here, and you're getting the result of Maharaj Parikshit, means you're lifted to the spiritual world because you're giving respect and honor and your obeisances here. You're like, yeah, this is the place, man. This is the real rare sadhu sangha. It's very rare. If you think you come here and say, oh, that's very nice you're doing. Yeah, I'm going to go over here and listen over here and listen over there and listen, take a little here and take a little there. You're not really getting what we're doing here, or what is being done through us here, what's being done as us here. We're lifting people who come here and say, wow, this is really great preaching, because you're feeling that. Wow, this is really the truth. This is the truth I've been looking for. Oh boy, are you going to be very quickly picked up by Lord Chaitanya, and your love of God is going to be lifted up in you. You're going to feel it lifted up into your chest, into your eyes, into your laughing, your heart full of laughter and ecstasy. You're going to know what spontaneous love is, and those who don't give respect to where the first fruits are don't get it. Do you see how that works? Look at Madhavinda Puri. Everything started with him, actually. He was the first fruit. See? This love of God manifested in Madhavinda Puri. And the Lord appeared to him and said, because of your ecstatic devotion, see? Because of that, I'm going to appear and deliver the world. Oh, the deity was already there. See, the deity was in all the temples. So the story says, well, the deity, Krishna said to him, I'm actually in the jungle. See, I'm in the jungle. I'm covered over with all this jungle growth. You come in with choppers and spades and start taking it off. See, that's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur starting this. He came in, he was empowered with love of Krishna, him, in our line, Gorkishore Das Babaji, Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they're all in the line. They all had love of God. You notice they all have love of God. They coming in with choppers and spades, Bhakti Siddhanta also, choppers and spades, Prabhupada, choppers and spades to uncover the deity. Going into the jungle growth, right? Choppers and spades, their assistants, all the devotees coming in. Where is it going? What's it leading to? Oh, the deity is appearing now. We've uncovered it from all that jungle growth, because all that chopping techniques that they have done that we are doing also. A little bit of chopping here. You notice? Chopping, chipping away at the illusion, man, so that we can expose the deity. Oh, look at this. We've already exposed the deity and many devotees here already. The deity is exposed in the first fruits here. The ecstatic ones, that's exposing the deity, right? You expose what the deity is. He's a manifestation of ecstatic love of Krishna, love of God. Just like Lord Chaitanya, just like Nityananda, just like Lalita Ganga, like Johan, like anybody getting ecstatic here. That's the deity being exposed. Why is that? Ooh, because you found the real line, because it started with Gaur. He was kind of crazy like that, right? Crazy, ecstatic and laughing and crying and all these things. And you're coming and you're listening and giving respect to this preaching. And then you get the same kind of dividends in your investment of your time and energy. Hey, first of all, the deity is exposed in you, right? The choppers and spades of the word coming from the devotees by the action of the book Bhagavat. That's the pure scriptures, see? And enunciated by the devotee Bhagavat. Then it takes away all of this jungle growth away from the deity and you, and then it's exposed in you, right? To you, exposed to your conscious. You become conscious, my God. I got the Lord living with me. The Lord enhances my life. Isn't that what the Lord is doing for us? Man, the Lord is enhancing my life. I don't like being alone, and I've learned I don't need to have a person in Maya trying to enhance my life when they don't. The Lord enhances my life, and devotees enhance my life who have the Lord. See, the Lord likes to associate mostly with devotees, but he likes to go out and make devotees too, and that's what we do also. Don't you guys? Haven't you gotten the bug here? Don't you mostly like to associate with devotees and then go out and, carouse a little bit, rub shoulders with the public? To invite them also into this family affair, get some orphans sitting on the doorstep out there, bring them in so that they can also go into the kingdom. That's called mercy. That's called, sharing the grace. Yeah. Everything I am searching for is here. It's my material coverings that take my focus. Oh yeah, so we use some choppers and spades here, chip away at all our coverings, whatever's holding the deity back, from coming out into expression. Hey, he wants to express through us. See, people they want to see, oh, this is an enhanced individual spiritually, not materially. Ooh, look at this, he's a super soldier. You want to be a super soldier, enhanced with all that mundane technology. They're painful too. You should see when they try to implant these chips in your cortex. They go right in your brain and all that stuff, man. It's weird shit, man. You want that kind or you want to be enhanced this way? You already have you just need to be implanted with Bhakti Lata Bij, the activating spark, man. We all got the equipment, it's all there, it just needs to be ignited. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the regular internet. Let's see how that works here. So Tom, you see where I'm left? Oh, and I already did that part there. Okay, let's see here. Let me switch over first here.
I know where you left off at Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Thing here, trip link. Just a second here, I'm waiting for this thing here. Yeah, why don't you get Caitanya Bhagavat out there?
Yeah. You left off at page 438.
Here it is. Yeah. Okay. So get Caitanya Bhagavat out. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Start in verse 438. No. I got a new chapter for you. Chapter 19, start in the beginning. Majikanda.
Thank you. Well, Shilagana, I guess. Pastimes in the house of Advaita Acharya. All glories to Sri Vishwambara, the Lord of all the Vaishnava devotees. The Lord of all the Vaishnava devotees. You bring the living entities back to your fold.
So are you there, Tom?
Yeah?
Tom?
Yeah?
You
It
look
doesn't
frozen.
sound. Is there a problem?
Okay, I think it's me that's, I'm muted here. Let me see here.
Hare Krishna.
Audio. Oh yeah, that's the problem. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, go ahead, Tom. Let me hear you say something.
Okay, I restart.
Yeah, restart, please. Thank you.
My pastimes in the house of Advaita Acharya. All glories to Sri Vishwambara, the Lord of all the Vaishnava devotees. You bring the living entities back to your fold by giving them devotional service. You bring the living entities back to your fold by giving them devotional service.
Yeah, so yeah, the Lord brings us back to the fold by giving devotional service. So he can do it in two steps mainly. One, well, actually many steps. It depends on the path the Lord is using to get you. Some people are, different ways they come. But you could say by Vaidhi Bhakti. So he gives rules, regulations, gets you exposure to Krishna, gets you some faith that Krishna in our line is the way, even though your gurus may not be so clear and you're not clear, you start like that. Or maybe your guru is clear, maybe your guru is a pure devotee, but yet you're not qualified to understand his deeper nature and God's deeper nature, and they start you out on Vaidhi. See? But now, at this level of teaching, we're here to teach the level Lord Chaitanya came to teach. He came to awaken people to the level of spontaneous devotion. So the question devotees need to ask themselves, have we learned enough in the Vaidhi sector to the point where, like, is there anything more? Yeah, well, there's a lot more. There's this level of spontaneous devotional service. It's Raghunuga Bhakti. See, raga is spiritual attraction, not just attraction to material level of rules, regulations, or like practicing chanting without any awakened taste much, other than the taste, wow, I completed my rounds. There's kind of a taste in that, but it's still not really spiritual much. It's like in the mode of goodness, you feel good when you complete tasks. That's why they teach goal setting and all this, because there's a happiness in that. But when that's not enough, that's in devotional service, then you say, please tell me more, like Lord Chaitanya said. See, and then now you learn these deeper truths, see, which leads us to actual experiencing the spiritual nature. So go ahead, Tom.
Um, can I make the Dutch translation of that sentence, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you bring the living entities back to your fold by giving them devotional service. In Dutch it says, je brengt de levende wezens terug naar je kudde. door ze toegewijde dienst te verlenen.
Yeah, and so this is how you really bring the devotees back to your fold. You got to bring them this enhancement. See, this enhancement is this special love for the transcendental Lord. See, he's got it. The Lord is transcendental. That's the real God. Otherwise, he's a mystery to you. You have to get to the point of having personal encounter with this transcendental Lord. But you need the medium of devotion. You need this loving ecstasy to do that. Otherwise, you will not realize the Lord. See, devotees who have this loving ecstasy, the deeper you're in that, the more you see how the world is Krishna. The world is, everything is manifesting Krishna's glories. Trying to teach the living entities always, how to get back to him. See, how to come back to the fold of real devotees. See, like now at this level, everything's becoming real. You become a real devotee, not just a practicing devotee. You become a real devotee with real devotion and real deep knowledge, clear knowledge. Everything becomes real. You become substance, not just a picture of devotion. You just see the picture, but you don't see the person. You ever see, I have pictures of the devotees here. Here, let me show you what I mean here. So you have pictures of devotees here. Do you really know them? They're just pictures. See? That's what they do with Krishna. You have pictures of Krishna. Do you really know him? Okay. Well, I've personally associated with all of these devotees here, most of them. I know Rangaleka. I know Karuna. See, I have interaction with them. The same thing with God. I know Radha. I know Krishna personally. Really, and if you have this loving ecstasy when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you also are beginning to know the Lord. Not that it's static, it's a verb, man. Always getting to know. I want to know more and more about Radha. I want to know more and more about Krishna. Why wouldn't you? Isn't it? It's about this intimacy, just going deeper, deeper, deeper. See, otherwise it's just a picture. People just have a picture of Krishna in their mind, and then they speculate, oh, Krishna is blah, blah, this. So you see how the world and our relationships in the world and pictures in the world of people teach you about Krishna and Radha also. You need to meet people who know Radha and know Krishna personally, personal encounter. And if you do, they'll have that kind of nature that they have in Vrindavan. They laugh, they cry, they choke up because of communing very intimately with the true Lord. That's uncommon. Not just all those gurus and all these followers in ISKCON are experiencing that. That's rare. That's why if you're attracted to that intimacy, you have to go to those devotees, and they'll give you more of it than just a picture of Krishna. They'll give you a personal encounter with Krishna by their association. The Lord is pleased when you go to his real devotees who have real devotion and real spiritual substance exuding from them. From them, ecstatic prema emanates, like the songbook says, by their word, their realized word, their deep word, their conclusive word, your ignorance is destroyed. Because these gurus, if they're not enhanced with this bhakti, they can't destroy your ignorance. They still got ignorance themselves. Their ignorance needs to be destroyed, even by a person who may not look the part. See, looking the part. The person has to be the part. I mean, this is for people who really want God. They really want to know the Lord. Really want to feel the transcendental Lord. It's very attractive, actually. It's very wonderful. once you get that, you get the bug. You can't give it up. I can't give this up. I realize, well, this is real life, man. Why would I want to give up real life? I want more of it every day. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Yes, I feel emotional because I know Joanna and I feel her presence. Okay, thank you.
Great. Yes. Yes. She's probably hovering around you. She says, "Oh, Tom, he remembers me. He likes me." She's passed on, but
Yes.
hasn't really. Nobody passes on. She's probably listening to all this. She probably was thinking, "Man, I should have spent more time listening to those guys." So I'll do it now in the unseen.
You bring the living entities back to your fold by giving them devotional service.
See, by giving them love of God, as I said, it's all leading to this. See, otherwise, we don't really know clearly what the fold is. It's not good enough just to, you can't stop at Vaidhi and practice and ceremonies. You got to go deeper eventually if you really want this. This is getting the real thing. I mean, who wouldn't want can you imagine you have a real diamond and then you have a piece of glass. But when you don't know what a real diamond is, then the piece of glass might be fine. It looks good to others, right? That's what people have in Krishna consciousness. They got this kind of a glass. It's not really that real, you know, and it's got a lot of flaws in it, and they can't see it because they don't know what diamonds are. See, you need to learn from a person who knows what a diamond is. See, is in possession of the diamond, possession of Krishna, possession of Radha. You can see that this person is rich with that, rich in bhakti, rich in understanding because of that bhakti. See, now you're getting some discernment, but how are you going to learn that? You got to learn that from such a guru. They're the ones who know. They're that diamond. They are in possession of that diamond. Actually, Krishna's their diamond. Radha's their diamond. They wear that. Can you see them wearing that? You think these people outside in the world, they're going to look at me. I'm in possession of great beauty, right? You see how beautiful. I'm enhancing it with my little dress, or less dress, less dress. And you can see how I'm enhancing my beauty. See? And get people lusty. See, that's the shadow of the truth. See, that's here to teach fools. After a while, you realize, oh, I see. You're learning that way. See, but what are you doing? Maya is teaching you in a slow path, very slow. You get kicked in the face. Oh, I thought this was real beauty, man. But those beautiful women, they get old. They get unattractive. Matter of fact, they sometimes get unattractive fast because when you see what's inside and all their desires and all of that stuff, I mean, there are good girls out there. I'm not saying that, but the best persons are the devotees who have real devotion. See, their energy gets really clean, you know. That's why real devotees are attracted to devotees' beauty. You know, I told Lalita Ganga, I said, "You're so beautiful." She's a grandmother now. She's in her 60s. How can a person be beautiful in their 60s? Because of bhakti. That's real beauty, man. To see a devotee whose heart is purified bhakti, that's real beauty. That's real wealth. I feel so fortunate to be able to appreciate people's bhakti. And if you don't have it, it's like, well, you just, you gotta, you just, it's just fake, man. It's just, it doesn't last. Don't we all, wouldn't we all like lasting beauty? Lasting happiness. This happiness lasts forever, man. This beauty lasts forever and it increases. A woman's beauty, it always is on the decrease. They start getting older and then they got to really work at it and all that. And they get older and eventually they lose the battle. And the man too, same thing. They got to work at it to be looking good. And it's all an illusion like that. It's illusion because all you're chasing after temporary things. But look at this beauty, man. You don't have to do much to get it. To become enhanced with the beauty is you're enhanced with bhakti, and it's permanent. Isn't that better? People, they're trying to enhance themselves and spending all that money at the beauty parlors and at the gyms. You could still do that. Women are women, men are men, and there's some good health in that, and it's okay to look good, But this is really looking. How about, spending a little time to really look good forever? Now, shouldn't we give a little bit of time to that? How to look good forever? How to feel good forever? Or you just want to always well, I think I feel good because I'm a little bit lusty for this beautiful woman and she likes me. I like her. We have our little temporary fun. But it's never perfect. It's not flawless. This is flawless relationship. There's no flaw in this. It just gets better, man. You can have that and you can have this. But if that's all you have is these temporary beautifications in the world and beauties of the world, men or women or money, and that's all you have, what a futile life you've lived. Because it's all going, man. Those beautiful women get old or they die or divorce you. Same thing with the men. They all, they're here for a time, and they get old or they divorce you or they die on you. But Krishna never dies. Radha never dies. Every day we come here, they're always ever fresh, always deeper understanding. We never stop talking about them. Like Ananta Sesh, you become as good as Ananta Sesh here. You want to become like that, where there's always something to say about eternal truth that nourishes the soul, that awakens people, that takes away their ignorance and sets them free like birds that have been in the cage, opens the door of the cage so they can fly free and be sovereign in the truth. Wouldn't you like to be like? Why wouldn't you? I do. I love it, man. The Lord is engaging me into that realm, that dominion. And I have the great privilege to share that wealth with others. They become like that too. Win-win, not win-lose. These Illuminatis, they want to win, you got to lose. They got to be free and you got to be a slave. What an illusion. What a speculation. I'm free just sharing all of this. Give and more is given to me, just like Jesus said. Endless energy like Tesla and more. If you just know about Tesla, you can be free in the material energies. See? But I'm free in the spiritual energy. You got to do that. It's okay to have free gas. It'd be nice to have, you go places without having to work your ass off to make money so you can put gas in the tank. That's coming. They already have the technology. These elites, they just hold it back. Why? Because people need to do this. If you do this, the Lord will stop with that. You don't need it. They don't need it anymore. They don't need to serve in that way. They can also come in. Everybody, demon, demigod, just come in this door and be enhanced. Be eternal, be immortal. Everything you want to do with a machine, you can do with a living being. Come, get the footprints of Krishna all over you. Be marked up by the Lord. It's great. It's wonderful. Otherwise, you'll be marked by Maya. Maya's got a mark on you, man. It's a curse. Mark of the beast. See, mark of the beast. It's Maya, illusion. Okay? I take the mark of Krishna. You got to take a mark, man. What mark you want? The mark of Krishna is subtle, man. I take his mark and Radha's mark. Yeah, mark me up, man, with your grace. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Otherwise, you're going to get the mark of Maya, and it's a pain in the butt and miserable. You'll be a slave. I'm free in God. I'm free forever. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
The Lord performed his supra-mundane pastimes in Navadvip, hidden from the vision of the gross materialists. He went to different devotees' homes and engaged in pleasurable pastimes with Nityananda, Gadadhar, and other associates. The Lord is the source of all spiritual ecstasy for the devotees.
So there you go. I mean, that's the essence. The Lord is the source of all spiritual ecstasy for devotees. Now, if you're a real devotee, when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, that's Krishna and Radha. They're the source of the ecstasy of devotee. If you're a real devotee, if you're just a wannabe guru, like a neophyte guru, then when you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, nobody can see. We can't see visible tears in you. We cannot see that that you're one of Krishna's authorized flutes, tasting nectar of Krishna's lips, because that shows up in the devotee chanting Krishna's name in ecstasy. They're tasting the nectar of Krishna's lips. Those lips are upon their lips. They're actually kissing the Lord transcendentally. If you're not doing that, what kind of guru? You're kind of a low standard guru. Why should people go to a low standard guru when a high standard guru is around, who you could see with your own eyes that they're actually tasting the nectar of Krishna's lips? Because if you are, you're going to be very ecstatic. Tears are going to come to your eyes, bliss and real knowledge. Deep, clear knowledge is going to come into your mind. And you're going to preach that word to destroy people's ignorance. That's Guru. That's the songbook. Read it every day. Shri Guru Charana Padma. Don't just sing the song for 40 years, and you will, and not understand it, because your gurus are not like that. But here, people, they have a guru like that. Man, when my guru speaks, man, my ignorance is busted. Man, ecstatic prema emanates from my guru. I can see it with my own eyes. I see the symptoms of transformations. Wow, I look in the map book of Prabhupada's books and it's all there, what a real guru is. What kind of, that they've been bamboozling me with this checklist, putting that in front of the book like they put themselves in front of Prabhupada and the disciplic line. See, it cuts you off from the real line. Personal experience, man. Yeah, as soon as I took initiation from a guru who has not realized Krishna, I was cut off. I felt cut off for years. And as soon as that obstacle was removed, and I only worshiped liberated souls, even in the books, obstacle was removed and my way was clear. See? Here, people get the chance to meet liberated souls, real devotees who have real bhakti and real understanding, who are walking the real path, who have a real guru, who fits the songbook. From the guru, ecstatic prema emanates, and by his word or her word, ignorance is destroyed. You get a chance to participate in such a actualized experience of the truth. The actual words become your living life. You're living it now, not just singing it. It's in the book and you have no realization of it. It becomes your actual spirit. You get to hear from a guru that ecstatic prema emanates from. You get to hear from a guru where your ignorance is being destroyed. You become the book personified as a disciple, and therefore then you become a guru also. You go in the door, you become the shepherd of those who also want to get to Krishna. Go ahead, Tom. I think you're muted, Tom. You're muted.
Sorry. He went to different devotees' homes and engaged in pleasurable pastimes with Nityananda, Gadadhar, and other associates. The Lord is the source of all spiritual ecstasy for the devotees, and in his association, they see everything in relationship to Lord Krishna.
You see how that is? Do you have a devotee like that in your life? Does that person speak to you of everything in relationship to Krishna? Can you see when they even look at the mundane world? It ain't mundane anymore. It has relationship to Krishna. Do you have a guru like that? Do you have a real devotee like that in your life? Just ask yourself that question. Do they see everything in relationship with Krishna and can prove it? Can show you that? See? Well, you just found the real path if your answer is yes. You found a real associate of Lord Chaitanya. Oh, you're guaranteed going back to Godhead, man, if you stay with that person. Even if you didn't, even if you found them and then some obstacle came, it'll be removed in due course. That's how auspicious and how important and how merciful the Lord is. Oh, this person had some faith in my real devotee for a while and got a little misled. Oh, I'll bring them back. What people have here is what Jesus was talking about, man. He says, all your studies is leading to the door, an empowered person, that they're the door that leads into the kingdom. Their word is the proper direction, the proper understanding. Their word removes the ignorance, removes all the brambles and obstacles, the putanas and all the agasuras and all the demon obstacles. Their word, their ecstasy, see, is the door into the kingdom. They're the way, the life, and the truth. Their presence, because they bring God's presence. They're enhanced individuals. You become an enhanced individual also through that association. They're your father and mother. See, now you're born from their word, and then you mature through that word. You're nourished by that word to the point you become like that also. There is no other practical path to quick deliverance out of this illusion. That's why we're all fortunate. I'm fortunate to be here, to be used in any way that can participate in the Lord's confidential pastimes. What a privilege. What an amazing thing. Go ahead, Tom. Reed.
They are completely oblivious of the phenomenal world because they are engrossed in relishing the transcendental mellows of chanting the holy names of Krishna.
See,
They are
can you
so
see that, man? Can you see that? See, if you can't, you haven't found an associate Lord Chaitanya until you see somebody chanting the holy names of Krishna and Radha in ecstasy, tasting those mellows. That you haven't found the real representative of the Krishna conscious movement until you can see that. I mean, the real movement. Yeah. See, when you meet that devotee, you find the real movement of the transcendental potency, which moves like a bowel movement, the conditioning out of you. It purges you of the crap. Isn't that funny? Crap. See, everything in relationship to Krishna becomes really good. Even crap, you could see, yeah, crap comes out of me, man. See, you get a bowel movement of all the crapola in you out. See, so there's more room for this pure bhakti. Ah, look, he's done it too. Are you watching on the? Oh, I see. You're able to do that also on your thing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, everybody else, you can change your pictures, man. Who come on here? Good incentive to come on. You can change the pictures. Go ahead.
They have no other business. They have no other business.
Yeah, I mean, they may have business, but when devotees know the truth, They understand this is priority. This is, without it, they can't. There's no way I could actually be a guru without this enhancement. There's no way. I couldn't do this on my own. And that's why they don't do a good job of being guru. That's why their karma, their disciples usually overwhelm them if they get close. That's why they have to stay distant from their disciples, because, they don't want to be overwhelmed. See, here you guys make great advancement, see, because the Lord keeps washing, see? It's like washing. And so you're all making progress. You're not staying the same. You notice people don't stay the same here unless you really hold on. See, you're pulled up. It's the best way, easy way. Go ahead.
Foremost amongst these intimate associates of the Lord is Advaita Acharya. His character is unfathomable, and only a few devotees know his transcendental position and how close he is to the Lord.
Yeah, and the only way you can know that is you have to from the devotees and get purified. That's why you see people been here for a while. They can appreciate, oh wow, this Gaur Haridas, he may be a fool or consider himself a fool, but look what is working through him. Wow, I'm really learning the real scriptures. Wow, he's accurately describing the real process. I can check it all myself. Wow, my intelligence is increasing, or my ecstasy is. See, you can begin to understand what's really going on here, which is not of one person's. It's not of myself. It's just, the Lord has to be playing you to do what we're doing here. For people to get ecstatic devotion, the Lord has to be really playing. And I have to be playing too. I have to be playing with Krishna. I have to be tasting these mellows. If I'm not, there's no empowerment. It's a two-way street here. You're just, it's like a transcendental pornography thing going on. Transcendental. You see, even pornography is the shadow of what it's supposed to be like. See, you're supposed to see a devotee in God. What do you think all sex is about, and marriage and all that, affairs? It's all about intimacy, right? But if it's in the world, it's especially when it's porn, people in their intimate dealings with each other, that is considered despicable, isn't it? Isn't it? They can put you in jail for that. It actually burns your heart. You become a despicable person usually, or addicted, and bad things happen in your life, karmic things. See, this is the opposite. This is the antithesis. This is intimacy with God, but it's pure. It can be shown even. Lord Caitanya showed it. He showed himself kissing the Lord and the Lord kissing him. In this spiritual sense, it's beautiful. It awakens one's pure love. See, no fault in this, is it? Okay? Otherwise, if you don't have this, then you're going to go usually for that. Or you see, we're in Kali Yuga. People get contaminated very easily now because there's all these horrible things all over the TV, all over that. It can pollute you terribly until you become a devotee. When you chant in ecstasy and everything, it's like sometimes I like to watch these little things. It gives me good preaching materials. Like, Prabhupada used to read the newspapers. It gives you preaching material. And it's kind of interesting. I can enjoy what I enjoy in the world, but it's enhanced because I got the Lord beside me. I got the lordships beside me. Makes all the difference in the world. They're my protectors. They're my purifiers. They're my inspirers. How would you like to have a relationship with that? Most don't. Most don't even know what that is. They're looking for that in the mundane. Children to make me happy, to enhance my life. But does it really enhance your life? Butt off and sweater your brow and always, trying to, and it's a hot energy. It's iron-like. We're meant to do this really with God. And then it doesn't matter whether you're a family man or a renunciate or whatever you are, it doesn't matter, man. The Lord's happy with you. It's like, hey, man, you found me. I found you. You found me. Let us just be together forever. That's the Lord's just looking for that. You can get that here. You can have your life. You can be a guru, but you'll be enhanced with this transcendental relationship forever. You'll actually deliver your disciples. Even in this life, many will go back to Godhead. Moni will be in Godhead here, and you can see its beauty like I do. Look at it. I get to see ecstatic devotees who are living in Vrindavan like this. Yeah, I'm a lucky man. I hold on to the t-shirt of a true devotee. That's all you have to do, to find the person empowered by Krishna. I hold on to a lot of my disciples here. I ain't going to let go. Man, they're ecstatic devotees, man. I want to be with them forever. It's like this is the most rare sangha of persons. If anybody becomes attracted, you're really fortunate. Like some of these new students, they say, I really like your classes. I really like your friends. Oh, you're the most fortunate person in the world to have such desires. Not even these big gurus care about what we're doing. Therefore, that's their misfortune. Your good fortune is you like what we do, and you don't have a big false ego trying to be a big guru or big teacher, and falsely like a deity for your students. You don't have that problem. You can just come here and enjoy the show, relish the show, appreciate the show, appreciate what is so amazing. Undisturbed. Yeah. Well, you see, in the world, we become disturbed. Maya is very disturbing. And people think being disturbed is not being disturbed. They think being disturbed by the modes is not being disturbed at all. They like it. Oh, yeah. Oh, what lust. I got to run after this woman. Run after this man. This is disturbance, agitation. But they think it's good because they live on it. That's their life. Mode of passion. Yeah, I got to get up. I got to work all day. See, that's my life. See, work all day and night and become like stressed out. All that. That's my life. They think it's good. Is it really? I mean, from a neutral point of view, a lot of people get heart attacks. Even the cortisone in your body is some kind of cortisol. Comes in and starts giving you diseases when you're all stressed out. See, it's a lot of faults in that life. But this, ecstatic joy, it gives you life. It purifies your body, purifies your mind, purifies your emotions. Everything is purified. You become a purifying agent for the transcendental Lord in this world, even though people may not realize it. Go ahead, Tom.
Whenever Caitanya came out of his ecstatic trances, he would immediately render service to the assembled Vaishnavas, especially to Advaita Acharya. These dealings of the Lord were the cause of Advaita's constant discontent. His hurt feelings rumbled in his mind like an active volcano. Wow, this is weird. But I feel it. Hare Krishna. He thought, he is constantly deceiving me like a thief. He thought, he is constantly deceiving me like a thief. He gives up his position and tries to stealthily catch my feet. I cannot match his strength, for he is supremely powerful. So he forcibly takes the dust of my feet.
Yeah, you see, the Lord was treating Advaita like his guru. But see, Advaita knew the truth that actually Lord Chaitanya is the guru of the universe and was actually teaching by example that you need to find really exalted personalities who are exalted with this real bhakti, exalted by the transcendental Lord. Not the mundane energy, not motive goodness. That's not good enough. That's why you always hear St. Paul said he was a Pharisee. He followed the mode of goodness. He still had hatred in his heart, anger against the transcendental Lord, just like Jarasandha. Okay? But he got purified by being against the Christians, which is like being against the Lord. That's why people against our preaching, it purifies them automatically. That's our Lord that we worship is very merciful. That's why I say, yeah, come up against. I'm always, let's spark a fight, man. Come on, man. Come look over here. Yeah. Give us some heckles. Heckle us, laugh at us. See, because people get purified. They don't get purified if they don't have their attention on the transcendental Lord or his devotees, where that same Lord is working. He works through his devotees here. See, this ecstasy is proof of it. Proof that the Lord has staked his mercy here. This knowledge is proof that the Lord is here working through this Sangha. You show us better knowledge. You show us better ecstasy. That's why I come here every day, because I don't see a better place for both knowledge and ecstasy. That means the Lord is working very closely with these devotees here. And anybody else who has got the good fortune to come here and have faith in what we're doing, because does this sound intelligent to you? Does this sound really spiritual to you? Does this sound like the real clear way to the kingdom of God? Does this sound like the shortcut that everybody should be looking for? If you got sufficient intelligence. Yeah, you become a purified agent in this world. It's like you have a cloth, right? And you want to clean something, right? You got a nice cloth. But does the cloth alone clean? You need the juice on it, right? You need the substance. You need Mr. Clean in that bottle to put in there. There's just a liquid in there. There's a liquid. That liquid is bhakti, is devotion. Put on the cloth of a devotee, and then they wipe it. They're wiping their surroundings, and you happen to be there. Oh, they're wiping your window. You come here, you're just like this cloudy window, scales on your eyes and in your ears, all this stuff. And they're just sit there like a window washer, like a car wash, and you're the car. You go in that car wash, you just squirting all this stuff all over you, getting all the crap off, and then you come out nice clean. See? And you just keep doing that. Until you stop collecting the dust, until you just start driving down the road and you stay clean. See? That's you're maturing now. And still you want to come back to the car wash. It's fun. I keep coming back to the car wash. I like it. I like this washing every day. After a while, there's not as much dirt, right? And it just comes off really fast, You don't feel those heavy brushes, You ever see a car with a, probably get some of the paint off of there, man. Some it's dirt. It's really on. You got to go through the car wash a couple of times, with those brushes, and stuff. Soap you up, man. Go ahead, Tom.
The only support for me to fall back upon is devotional service, because it bestows the spiritual realization and vision to recognize the Supreme Lord.
See, and so the ultimate devotional service is Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I bestow upon them real knowledge, real understanding. See? So the Lord is his idea is this, not the Vaidhi thing, but he may have to do the Vaidhi, may or may not. Amy didn't. She came here. She didn't need to do the Vaidhi thing, but some do. You know, your situation is your situation. You know, Johann did. He did the Vaidhi thing, right? Now he's here. Whatever gets you here. You know, River Yamuna did the machine thing for 30 years. That got her here. She even, you know, she realized like, hey man, I don't know how much time I have left. I think I'm going to spend it. I really want to get this. See? So whatever the motivation is, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
It bestows the spiritual realization and vision to recognize the Supreme Lord, Vishvambara, as he is. People call me Advaita, the lion-hearted, and I become
So
further.
again, a little bit more. See, it bestows the realization of Lord Krishna, who he is, and what Lord Chaitanya, who he really is. You have to make it to the point of this loving ecstatic worship with its symptoms that are described in the book. So we teaching these things. Nobody's teaching these things that I've seen. They say they do, but they're not it. They're not an example of this ecstatic worship. See, they're not an example of this loving ecstasy that gives the deep thoughts, deep thinking, clear thinking, logic. Okay? So that's got to be there. Okay? Otherwise, you don't know what the real path is yet. Okay, go ahead.
People call me Advaita, the lion-hearted, and I become further deluded by this. O Lord, kindly destroy this delusion. Wow, that's the disturbance, yes.
Yeah. Well, you see, this is what the world does. People call me guru, and I become further deluded by that. See? Advaita wasn't deluded by that. He's speaking like Lord Chaitanya, teaching by example. Oh, you think you're Guru Dev? Oh, you by hook and crook you become guru? By some checklist you became guru? Oh, you're going to be further deluded by that. That's false. You're deluded by the world, people calling you lion-like and all that, but you're no lion. You're a cub. Okay? See, so that's why the devotees they live for God's glory, you know, God's glorification, to satisfy the Lord. Okay? And then when people come and listen, then when they advance, they're able to say, yeah, my guru, he's a recipient of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. You can see that. You can explain everything according to the real Shastras, and you can liberate the land. You know, you teach people what the real truth is, and you become that kind of guru. You become transmitting this potency that you've gotten into cyclic line. See, living force. You need a living devotee with that living force. Otherwise, what? Are you going to get it through the book? Well, that's if you're advanced from a previous life and you got what you're doing here. When you come again, if you come again, you'll just wake up. Why? Because the Lord holds all your advancement. All you've come to the point of ecstatic worship in this Sangha. Well, you carry that on in your next existence, wherever that is. That's why the devotees usually send first. So they make more devotees. See, and then they come like you come in their next life because they attain what you attained in the previous life. Then they get it in this life, and then they're like that for others too. You notice there's always usually a few or one. See? And then from that one Jesus, look at how many people got it and are still getting it. Go ahead there. Hey,
Okay.
Roddy, welcome.
I,
Hey,
okay.
Roddy, welcome.
I, in
Hey,
your
Francis, happy birthday, Francis.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh,
Hey,
look, they're all there. It's amazing. Look at this. Yes. Hey, look at these guys. Look at them. Let's give them a close up here. Let's really see. Well, oops, no, that was not that. That wasn't it there. Wait a second here. Here we go. Just it didn't work. Let's try it. There we go. Ah, look at them all there. 70. All right, you got a 70 shirt. I'm catching up, man. 69 coming up soon. Hey. Okay, Tom, go ahead.
in your pastimes with Brigu, you are more glorious than Brigu, although some may think otherwise.
Yes,
Therefore, I shall.
yes. Oh, tell them where you're reading from.
This is Mayakanda chapter 19, first page from Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Okay, go ahead.
In your pastimes with Brigu, you are more glorious than Brigu, because some may think, although some may think otherwise. Therefore, I shall gather about me hundreds of disciples like Brigu. Lord Chaitanya has appeared to explain the path of devotional service, and I will firmly oppose his instructions in my teachings to my new disciples.
So that's basically what is going on in the world. That's why that pastime was there. Most people, hundreds of disciples, will come to the Mayavadi level, the energy level, and it directly opposes this teaching. See, you know why? Ignorance. They think, oh, look at you guys, you're dualists. See, we're dualists. You believe in duality. Yeah, we do. Spiritual duality, not material duality. This is beyond the oneness. This completes the oneness teaching. You know, that oneness teaching is only half the truth. Yeah, we're all one in many ways, and one energy, right? You're using the same energy I do because it's all that one energy, but we're also individuals. See, and you can relate to the spiritual potency. You can relate to God. You can taste God, not be God or merge with God. You know, where you lose your identity. No, perfection is learning from a Vaishnava the complete truth, the whole truth, beyond even oneness truth, beyond the oneness of Brahman. See? The complete truth, the whole. See, so then that's perfect, perfect knowledge, perfect happiness is this ecstatic worship. Is the perfect pleasure of God, the perfect pleasure of devotees. You'll never want to go anywhere else but have more of this. See, Joanna's smiling in the unseen and the seen. Look at that smile. Look at her smiling. She was happy to be with devotees. See? Yeah, go ahead.
This will enrage the Lord so much that he himself will have to punish me, catching me by the hair. This will enrage the Lord so much that he himself will have to punish me, catching me by the hair. Preoccupied with these plans, Advaita left Navadvip accompanied by Haridas Thakur and went to his home in Shantipur.
Mm.
There he began to act upon his scheme.
Okay, we'll continue this a little later. I need to move around a little bit now. And if you missed any of this, you can watch the replay. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll be back. I'll stop
Thank
now
you.
and move around and come back and we'll do some more chanting. Hare Krishna.